The clink of Amanda's champagne glass cuts through the party's din like a knife, and my stomach drops before she even opens her mouth. I know that look in her eyes, the one that says she's about to deliver the perfect blend of praise and poison. To my dearest friend Natalia, she announces to the crowd gathered in her penthouse living room. The most dedicated bridesmaid I know. 4 weddings and counting. Polite laughter ripples through the room, though I have to wonder if she'll ever get to be the bride. I force my lips into a smile while my fingers tighten around my own glass. The expensive champagne suddenly tastes like vinegar on my tongue. 20 years of friendship, and she still knows exactly where to slip the blade between my ribs. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, someone echoes from the crowd, and fresh laughter bubbles up. I catch Amanda's fiancé Casey watching me with something that might be pity, or maybe guilt. These days I'm not sure I can tell the difference. At least she's got her career, Amanda continues, her voice dripping with false sweetness. Our little CEO in waiting. Though I hear the board still deliberating on that promotion, my cheeks burn. The promotion she wasn't supposed to know about. The one I'd only mentioned in strict confidence to Richard, our CFO, during a late-night strategy session. Actually, I hear myself say, my voice steadier than I feel, they made their decision this morning. The room quiets. Even Amanda's perfectly maintained smile falters for a fraction of a second. I start as CEO next month. For a moment, triumph flares in my chest. Then I see it, the flash of raw hatred in Amanda's eyes before she masks it with a wider smile. Oh my God, sweetie, why didn't you tell me? She rushes forward, wrapping me in a perfume-soaked hug that feels more like a stranglehold. We should be celebrating you too. I wanted to wait for the official announcement, I say, extracting myself from her embrace. Her expensive perfume clings to my skin like an accusation. Always so proper, she laughs, but there's an edge to it now. She turns to the crowd. That's our Natalia, married to her job since none of us could find her a husband. More laughter, sharper this time. I scan the faces around us, Savannah wincing in sympathy, Cora watching with calculated interest, Theodore pretending to check his phone. They all see it, this subtle assassination dressed up as friendly teasing. None of them say a word. I need some air, I mutter, already moving toward the balcony. The spring night hits my flushed skin like a blessing as I step outside. 27 floors up, the city spreads out below me like a carpet of stars. Don't let her get to you. Richard's voice startles me. I hadn't heard him follow me out. She's just jealous. I told you that promotion was confidential. The words come out harsher than intended. He has the grace to look embarrassed. I didn't tell her directly. I might have mentioned it to Casey during golf last weekend. I assumed since they're engaged. Since when do you golf with Casey? Something cold settles in my stomach. Richard has been my mentor, my closest ally in the company for 5 years. He doesn't golf. He doesn't even like Casey. It was a one-time thing. Amanda suggested it might be good for company morale if... Amanda suggested it? The cold spreads through my chest as pieces start clicking into place. How long have you been talking to Amanda about company business? He won't meet my eyes. Natalia, you have to understand, she's been very helpful with some of our expansion plans. Her connections in the industry. Her connections? My laugh sounds foreign to my own ears. Richard, she works for our biggest competitor. Not anymore. His voice is quiet. As of next week, she's joining us as head of strategic development. The board approved it this morning, right after your promotion. The city lights blur as tears threaten to spill. All those late-night strategy sessions with Richard, all my careful plans for the company's future. How many had made their way back to Amanda? How long had she been playing me? Through the glass doors, I can see her holding court in her designer dress, Casey's arm around her waist. My oldest friend, the woman who's been systematically undermining me for God knows how long. I thought you should hear it from me, Richard says softly. Before the official announcement, I press my palms against the cold railing, letting the metal bite into my skin. Thank you for telling me, I say, my voice distant and calm, too calm. If you'll excuse me, I need to make a phone call. He leaves me alone with the night sky and the devastating clarity of betrayal. My phone feels heavy in my hand as I pull up a number I never thought I'd need to use. It rings twice before a familiar voice answers. Theodore, it's Natalia. I think it's time we had that conversation you've been wanting to have about Amanda. Sleep doesn't come. Amanda's laughter echoes in my dreams when I manage to drift off, jolting me awake with my heart racing. By 3 a.m., I give up and pull on running shoes, desperate to outpace the rage and humiliation churning in my gut. The streets are empty except for delivery trucks and early shift workers. My feet pound the pavement in rhythm with the questions I can't shake. How many of my projects has she already sabotaged? How many confidential plans does she know about? How many of our mutual friends are actually her spies? My phone buzzes. Theodore's message is brief. Coffee? Urgent. I find him at an all-night diner, looking like he hasn't slept either. His usual crisp suit is rumpled, his eyes haunted. He pushes a manila envelope across the sticky table before I can even sit down. I was going to wait, he says, but after last night, you need to see this now. Inside are photos, dozens of them. Casey with another woman, Casey entering hotels, Casey having intimate dinners. The timestamps span months. Amanda knows, Theodore says quietly. She's known for weeks. The coffee turns to acid in my stomach. She's still going through with the wedding? The woman he's seeing, she's the daughter of Maxwell Corp's CEO. He lets that sink in. Maxwell Corp, our company's biggest acquisition target. The deal I've spent the last year planning. She's using his affair to force the merger, I whisper. The pieces click together with sickening clarity. That's why she took the job. She's going to tank the deal unless Maxwell agrees to her terms. Theodore nods grimly. And once she controls both companies, I'll be CEO in name only. My hands shake as I close the envelope. Why are you showing me this? Because Amanda destroyed my career once before, he says. I was on track to make partner at her old firm until she fabricated evidence of insider trading. Took my job, my reputation, everything. His smile is bitter. She's very good at making things look legitimate. Dawn creeps over the city as we plan. By the time I walk into the office at 8 a.m., I'm armed with more than just righteous anger. The morning passes in a blur of meetings until Savannah corners me in the bathroom. What did you say to Amanda last night? She's been calling me nonstop, saying you're trying to sabotage her wedding. Did she mention she's taking a job here? That she's been feeding our company's secrets to our competitor? My voice echoes off the tiles too loud. Savannah's face falls. Oh God, Nat. Tell me you're not going down this road. What road? The revenge road. The one where you let her live rent-free in your head until you become just like her. You don't understand. I understand she's always brought out the worst in you, Savannah cuts in. Ever since college. And I understand you're better than this. Better than what? Better than protecting my company? Better than stopping her from destroying everything I've worked for? Better than letting hate consume you? She grabs my hands, forcing me to look at her. You got the CEO position because you're brilliant and ethical, and people trust you. Don't prove them wrong. I pull away. Sometimes being ethical means fighting back. There's a difference between fighting back and seeking revenge. She heads for the door, then pauses. Just promise me you'll think about what you really want, not what you want to do to her. But I already know what I want. I want Amanda to feel what I felt last night, the slow dawning horror of realizing someone you trusted has been plotting against you all along. My phone buzzes with a text from Cora. Heard about Amanda joining. Drinks tonight to strategize? I stare at the message for a long moment. Cora's ambitious, ruthless, and has no loyalty to Amanda. She could be a powerful ally, or another potential betrayal waiting to happen. Before I can respond, an email from Richard pops up. Board meeting moved up. Merger discussion tomorrow. Amanda presenting. Tomorrow. She's not even waiting until she officially starts. My fingers tighten around the phone as I type a response to Cora. Drinks sound perfect. I have some interesting information to share. A notification appears, Amanda posting another engagement photo, all smiles with Casey. The caption reads, "Can't wait to join my work family and my real family together. Some dreams really do come true." I screenshot it, my hands steady now. Let her post her perfect life. Let her think she's winning. I've learned from her, after all. The best revenge comes wrapped in a smile. Opening my contacts, I start making calls. By tomorrow's board meeting, Amanda's going to learn what it feels like when dreams shatter. My finger hovers over the delete button as years of photos fill my screen. Amanda and me at graduation, at her first wedding as my +1, at the beach house where we'd spent every summer since college. With each deletion, I feel lighter, freer, until I reach the last photo, us as awkward teenagers, arms linked, faces bright with possibility. Getting an early start? Cora's voice makes me jump. She's leaning against my office doorframe, looking perfectly put together despite the early hour. The social media cleanse is usually step 2 of a revenge plan. I lock my phone. I'm not, please. She closes the door and perches on my desk. I've been watching Amanda operate for years. The way she systematically destroyed Janet from marketing? Pure artistry. The question is, are you ready to play at her level? My throat tightens. Janet had resigned last year after a mental breakdown. I'd always wondered about the timing, right after she'd questioned one of Amanda's consulting contracts. I'm not trying to destroy anyone, I say carefully. I'm protecting my company. Cora's laugh is sharp. Honey, with Amanda, it's destroy or be destroyed, no middle ground. She slides a USB drive across my desk. Everything I've collected on her over the past 2 years. Consider it a welcome to the battlefield gift. I stare at the drive. Why help me? Because I respect power, she says simply. And right now, you're the one with the most to lose. She stands, smoothing her skirt. Just remember who your friends are when the dust settles. The drive feels heavy in my hand as she leaves. I should throw it away. Instead, I plug it in. 3 hours later, my head is spinning. Client lists, secret recordings, email threads. Amanda's web of manipulation extends far beyond our company. And according to one encrypted email chain, Casey isn't just having an affair. He's been feeding Maxwell Corp insider information for months. My phone buzzes, Richard requesting an urgent meeting. In his office, he looks older than usual, tired. The board's asking questions, he says without preamble, about your readiness for the CEO position. The floor seems to tilt. Amanda? He won't meet my eyes. She's raised some concerns about your emotional stability. That photo deletion spree this morning, she suggested it might indicate difficulty handling professional relationships. She's monitoring my social media. Natalia. His voice softens. I've always believed in you. But if you're going to lead this company, you need to be smarter than this. Amanda's playing chess while you're playing checkers. And which piece are you, Richard? The words come out before I can stop them. Because from where I'm sitting, you've been moving to her rhythm for a while now. Pain flashes across his face. I'm trying to protect you. By undermining me to the board? By warning you! He stands, agitated. Amanda didn't just happen to get this job. She's been planning it for months, gathering support. The merger is just the beginning. If you fight her directly, you'll lose everything. Understanding hits like a physical blow. You knew. About all of it. That's why you've been sharing information with her. You're hedging your bets. I'm trying to ensure we both survive what's coming. He looks suddenly old, defeated. Sometimes compromise is the only way forward. Compromise? I laugh, the sound harsh even to my own ears. Is that what you call letting her systematically dismantle everything we've built? What I call it is reality. His voice hardens. The board meets in 2 hours. Amanda will present her merger strategy. If you try to oppose her, if you breathe a word about Casey's indiscretions, she has enough dirt to bury both of us. Think carefully about your next move. I walk out without responding, my mind racing. In the bathroom, I splash cold water on my face, trying to think. The woman in the mirror looks scared. I hate her a little. My phone buzzes. A text from Theodore. Found something big. Meet now? Before I can respond, another message appears, this one from Amanda. Love those old photos. Shame they're gone now, but memories fade, don't they? See you at the board meeting. I stare at her message, remembering Janet's breakdown, Theodore's ruined career, Richard's defeated face. How many others has she crushed on her way up? The scared woman in the mirror straightens her shoulders. Chess, not checkers. Fine. I dial Theodore's number. Whatever you found, hold on to it. I need you to do something else first. I take a deep breath. How quickly can you get me every email Richard has sent in the last 6 months? Sometimes the only way to win is to change the game entirely, and I'm done playing by Amanda's rules. Rain drums against the windows of my office as I scroll through Richard's emails, each new revelation hitting like ice water in my veins. The merger isn't just about Maxwell Corp. It's about dismantling our entire company, piece by piece. Amanda's fingerprints are everywhere, guiding Richard's decisions for months. Board members courted, key employees undermined, projects redirected. A knock at my door makes me jump. Savannah stands there, soaked from the rain, her expression grim. "You missed the board meeting," she says. "I sent my apologies. Urgent client crisis." The lie tastes bitter. Funny, that's exactly what Amanda predicted you'd do. Called it classic avoidance behavior. Savannah drops into the chair across from me. "Want to tell me what's really going on?" I turn my laptop toward her. "See for yourself." She reads in silence, her face growing darker. When she looks up, her eyes are wet. "Oh, Nat, why didn't you tell me it was this bad? Because I'm not sure who to trust anymore." The words hurt to say. Everyone seems to be playing both sides. Not everyone. She pulls out her phone, showing me a text thread with Amanda. "She's been trying to recruit me, promised me your job once you're transitioned out." Her laugh is hollow. "As if I'd ever betray you like that." Relief floods through me, followed immediately by shame. "I should have known you'd be loyal." "Yeah, you should have," she leans forward. "But Nat, what you're planning, with Richard's emails, it's not just revenge anymore. It's mutually assured destruction. You'll take down half the company." Maybe it needs to be taken down. I stand, pacing. The whole culture is corrupt. Amanda didn't create this problem, she just exploited it. Richard, the board, they were all willing to sacrifice everything we built for their own gain. And what about the employees? The people whose jobs depend on this merger? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. Theodore. "Turn on the financial news, now." I grab the remote with shaking hands. The headline scrolls across the screen. Maxwell Corp CEO steps down amid insider trading allegations. Merger plans in chaos. My phone explodes with notifications. Amanda's calling. Richard's calling. Board members are sending urgent emails. "Did you do this?" Savannah whispers. "No." I'm already dialing Theodore. He answers on the first ring. "It wasn't me," he says immediately. "But I know who did it. Remember those photos of Casey? There's more to the story. Meet me at the usual place in 20 minutes. I grab my coat, but Savannah blocks the door. "Wait. Before you go deeper down this rabbit hole, ask yourself, what do you actually want? Because from where I'm standing, you're starting to look a lot like Amanda." The words hit like a slap. I'm nothing like her. "No? Secret meetings, gathering dirt, playing people against each other?" Her voice softens. "The Natalia I know builds things. She doesn't destroy them." The Natalia you know was naive. I move past her. Sometimes you have to break things to fix them. Just be careful what you break isn't yourself. I find Theodore in our usual diner, but he's not alone. A woman sits across from him, elegant, familiar. The same woman from the photos with Casey. "Hello, Natalia," she extends her hand. "I'm Elizabeth Maxwell, and I believe we can help each other." My world tilts sideways. "You're the CEO's daughter, yes, though after today's news that means less than it did yesterday." Her smile is razor sharp. "Your friend Amanda has been quite busy, hasn't she? Orchestrating my affair with Casey, manipulating both our companies, planning her perfect corporate takeover. You knew?" Of course I knew, just like I knew about Richard's emails, the board manipulation, all of it. She sips her coffee. "The question is, what are you going to do with this information?" I sink into the booth, mind racing. "Why tell me this now?" "Because Amanda made a mistake," Theodore cuts in. She thought she could control Elizabeth the same way she controls Casey. Elizabeth's laugh is cold. She forgot the first rule of power: never try to manipulate someone who has nothing left to lose. She slides a folder across the table. Everything you need to stop not just the merger, but Amanda's entire plan. Use it wisely. My hand hovers over the folder. Why help me? Because you're not the only one who wants revenge. She stands, gathering her designer coat. And because sometimes the best way to destroy someone is to give them exactly what they want, right before you take it all away. I watch her leave, the folder heavy in my hands. Savannah's words echo in my head. Be careful what you break isn't yourself. But as I open the folder and begin to read, I realize it's too late for caution. The game has changed, and there's no turning back now. The quarterly review meeting feels like a powder keg, waiting for a spark. I can sense the tension crackling beneath the polite smiles and business casual attire. Amanda sits directly across from me, her engagement ring catching the light every time she gestures. She's been talking for 20 minutes, laying out her vision for the post-merger company with the confidence of someone who's already won. Of course, given recent developments at Maxwell Corp, she says, eyes flicking to mine, we'll need to adjust our timeline, but the core strategy remains sound. Does it? I keep my voice neutral as I slide copies of a report across the table. Because according to these projections, the merger would actually devalue both companies by nearly 30% within the first year. The room goes still. Amanda's smile doesn't waver, but her knuckles whiten around her pen. I'm not familiar with these numbers. They're from Richard's private analysis. I turn to him. Isn't that right, Richard? He won't meet my eyes. Those projections were preliminary. They're dated last week, I cut in, the same day you recommended the board fast-track this merger. Whispers ripple through the room. Amanda's smile turns brittle. Perhaps we should discuss this privately. Why? So you can spin another story? Manipulate more people? The words taste like freedom. Tell me, does Casey know you orchestrated his affair with Elizabeth Maxwell? Or was he just another pawn in your game? The color drains from her face. You're out of line. No, I'm finally seeing the lines clearly. I stand, spreading Elizabeth's documents across the table. Email threads showing systematic corporate espionage, proof of insider trading, records of every board member you've blackmailed or bribed. You can't prove any of this, she hisses. Elizabeth Maxwell already has. That's why her father stepped down, to get ahead of the scandal you created. I face the board members. Amanda's not here to save this company. She's here to strip it for parts. The room erupts in chaos. Board members demand explanations. Richard stares at his hands. And Amanda? Amanda starts to laugh. Oh, Natalia. She shakes her head. You really think this changes anything? Look around. Everyone in this room has dirt on their hands. The only difference is, I admit it. She stands, smoothing her skirt. You want to play hardball? Fine. But remember, I know where all your bodies are buried, too. Meeting adjourned, someone calls. People flee the room like it's on fire, leaving just Amanda and me. You know what your problem is? She says softly. You still think this is about right and wrong. It's about power. Always has been. She gathers her things. By the way, how's your sister doing? Still struggling with that addiction? Be a shame if her recovery program lost its funding. My blood runs cold. Leave her out of this. Then back off. Simple as that. She heads for the door, then pauses. You know what's funny? I actually wanted you as an ally. We could have ruled this place together, but you had to play the hero. After she leaves, I sink into my chair, shaking. My phone buzzes. Cora. Heard what happened, she says when I answer. Ballsy move. Stupid, but ballsy. Thanks for the support, I mutter. Oh, I support you, that's why I'm calling. Amanda just went into Richard's office. They're planning something big. She pauses. And Natalia? She wasn't bluffing about your sister. I've seen the paperwork. The world narrows to a single point of clarity. What paperwork? Meet me tonight. Bring cash. And Natalia? Don't tell anyone. Not even Savannah. I hang up as Theodore appears in the doorway. That was quite a show. It was a mistake, I say. I showed my hand too soon. Maybe. He sits beside me. Or maybe you needed to see how far she'd go, what lines she'd cross. My sister, Theodore. She's going after my sister. I know. He slides a key across the table. That's why I got you this. Safety deposit box. Everything I have on Amanda, including things even she doesn't know about. Use it if you have to. I stare at the key. Why didn't you use it yourself? Because revenge consumed my life once. I won't let it happen again. He stands. But you might be strong enough to do what I couldn't. Just remember, the moment you become like her, she wins. I pocket the key as my phone buzzes with a text from Amanda. Dinner tomorrow? Just us girls, for old time's sake. The thread is clear. Come alone. Talk terms. Or else. I text back one word. When? Sometimes to win the game, you have to let your opponent think they've won first. LeBlanc's is the kind of restaurant where deals are made and careers are ended over $100 bottles of wine. Amanda's already there when I arrive, holding court at our usual corner table. For a moment, I see us as we used to be, sharing secrets and dreams over expensive meals we could barely afford. You look tired, she says as I sit. Rough day? Cut the act, Amanda. What do you want? She signals the waiter for wine. Remember when we were 22? That summer internship where we promised we'd run the business world together? Her smile turns wistful. What happened to those girls? You happened. The words taste like ash. You turned everything into a competition. No, you did that all on your own. She leans forward. Every promotion, every achievement, you had to prove you deserved it, that you weren't just the scholarship kid playing at success. The waiter returns with wine. Amanda waits until he leaves before continuing. I've seen the paperwork for your sister's rehab facility. Impressive place. Would be a shame if their major donor pulled funding. My hand tightens around the wine glass. You'd really do that? After everything we've been through? I'd do whatever it takes to win. She shrugs, just like you would. I'm nothing like you. No? She pulls out her phone, starts reading. Richard's involvement goes deeper than suspected. Recommend immediate removal before he can cover his tracks. Your email to Theodore this morning. She looks up. Throwing your mentor under the bus to save yourself. Sounds familiar. My stomach drops. How did you get access to your emails? Same way I know about your meeting with Cora tonight. Your little resistance movement isn't as secret as you think. She sips her wine. Here's what's going to happen. You'll support the merger. Keep your CEO title. I'm not unreasonable. In return, your sister stays in treatment, and certain documents about your own past, indiscretions, stay buried. What documents? Her smile widens. The real reason you got that promotion 3 years ago, the one Richard helped cover up. The room spins. No one knew about that. No one except... Savannah told you. Don't blame her. Everyone has a price. Amanda checks her watch. You have until tomorrow morning to decide. Choose wisely. She leaves me sitting there, staring at my untouched wine. My phone buzzes. Cora. Where are you? We need to talk. I find her in the hotel bar across the street, nursing a martini. Amanda has everything, I say, sliding onto the bar stool. Every email, every meeting, every secret. Not everything. Cora pulls out a USB drive. Remember that paperwork I mentioned? Turns out Amanda's been running the same play for years. Different companies, different victims, same pattern. She hesitates. Including what really happened to Janet from marketing. My hands shake as I take the drive. Why are you helping me? Because Amanda made the same mistake with me she made with you. She underestimated how far I'd go to win. Cora finishes her drink. The question is, how far will you go? Before I can answer, my phone rings. It's my sister's rehab facility. My heart stops as I answer. Ms. Matthews, there's been an incident. Your sister, she's gone. The world goes silent. Gone? She left an hour ago. Someone signed her out. Said they had your authorization. I'm running before I finish hanging up. Outside, rain has started falling. Through the downpour, I see Amanda getting into her car across the street. Our eyes meet. She waves, mouthing something that looks like TikTok. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. Your sister's safe, for now. Meet at the old beach house tomorrow night. Come alone. Another text follows, this one from Theodore. Don't do anything rash. We have a plan. But I'm done with plans. Done with chess moves and power plays. Amanda hasn't just crossed a line, she's erased every line I had left. I call Richard. He answers on the first ring. Natalia, I've been trying to reach you. Did you know? My voice sounds strange, distant. About my sister? His silence is answer enough. Right. I hang up, then dial Savannah's number. When she answers, I don't give her a chance to speak. Whatever Amanda offered you, I'll double it. But I need everything you have on her. Everything. Nat, wait. No more waiting. I clutch Cora's USB drive like a lifeline. Tell me now, are you in or out? The pause feels endless. Finally, I'm in. But Nat, there's something you need to know first. About Casey. Rain soaks through my clothes as I listen, each word cementing my resolve. By tomorrow night, only one of us will be left standing, and I'm done playing by anyone's rules but my own. The beach house looms against the twilight sky, dark except for one window glowing upstairs. 20 years of summer memories live in these walls. Now it feels like a tomb. My sister's car sits in the driveway next to Amanda's Mercedes. My hands shake as I kill the engine, remembering Savannah's words. Casey's dead. Car accident an hour ago. Amanda's claiming it was suicide. The front door creaks open at my touch. Inside, everything's draped in sheets, ghost furniture in a ghost house. My footsteps echo on hardwood floors as I climb the stairs, following the light. I find them in the master bedroom. My sister Sarah sits in an armchair, pale but alive. Amanda stands by the window, silhouetted against the darkening ocean. Right on time, Amanda says without turning. Some habits never change. Sarah starts to speak, but Amanda cuts her off. Careful, remember our deal. Let her go, I say. This is between us. Is it? Amanda finally faces me. Her mascara's smeared. She's been crying. Casey's dead. Did you know that? My fiancé is dead because he couldn't handle the pressure of our little game. You mean the pressure of your blackmail? The affair you orchestrated? I gave him everything. Her voice cracks. The career, the connections, the perfect life. Just like I was going to give you everything. But neither of you could just play your parts. This isn't a play, Amanda. These are people's lives. Lives I made better. Ask your sister. Tell her, Sarah. Tell her about the special treatment you've been getting. The private therapy sessions. The extended stays. Sarah's voice is barely a whisper. She owns the rehab center, Nat. Has for months. The room tilts sideways. You bought... Why? Because I take care of my friends. Amanda's smile is terrible. I would have taken care of you too. CEO, board seat, everything you wanted. One big happy family just like we planned. By destroying everyone else? By driving Casey to his death? He wasn't supposed to die. The words explode from her. He was supposed to sign the merger papers and disappear with Elizabeth. Everything was planned. Perfect. She pulls out her phone. But now we do this the hard way. Amanda, don't... Too late. She hits send. Board members are getting some very interesting emails right now about certain financial irregularities under your leadership. Richard's already confirmed their authenticity. Richard signed a full confession an hour ago. Turns out he's not as loyal to you as you thought. She steps closer. It's over, Nat. You're done. The only question is, how many people are you taking down with you? My phone buzzes. Theodore. It's done. Check your email. You're right, I say, pulling out my laptop. It is over, but not for me. I open the email, turn the screen toward her. Her face goes slack as she reads. That's impossible, she whispers. Those records were destroyed. Elizabeth kept copies of everything. Every company you've destroyed, every life you've ruined. The real story behind Janet's breakdown, the truth about Casey's accident. My voice hardens. The board has it all now. So does the SEC. You're bluffing. Check your phone. As if on cue, it starts ringing. She answers, face draining of color as she listens. When she hangs up, her hands are shaking. You stupid bitch, she breathes. You've destroyed everything. No, you did that yourself. I just showed everyone who you really are. She lunges for her bag, but I'm faster. The gun inside is heavy, cold. Going somewhere? You won't use it, she says, but there's fear in her eyes now. You're not like me, remember? You're right. I eject the clip, pop out the bullets. I'm not. Footsteps thunder up the stairs. Police flood the room, followed by Theodore and Savannah. Amanda West? An officer steps forward. You're under arrest for securities fraud, corporate espionage, and conspiracy in the death of Casey Edwards. As they lead her away, she stops beside me. You think this makes you better than me? That you won? Her laugh is hollow. Look in the mirror, Nat. Look what you've become. I watch them take her away, her words echoing. Sarah's hand slips into mine, warm and real. You okay? She asks softly. I look around the room, at Savannah's worried face, Theodore's grim satisfaction, the ocean darkening beyond the window. 20 years of friendship ended here tonight. 20 years of competition and lies and twisted love. No, I answer honestly, but I will be. Outside, waves crash against the shore. The sound is cleansing, like tears, like letting go. Dawn breaks over the city as I clear out my office. Each item I pack feels lighter than it should. Photos, awards, the accumulated weight of a career I thought defined me. The headline on my laptop still glows. Corporate scandal rocks industry. CEO steps down amid revelations. The door opens. Richard stands there, looking old in the harsh morning light. The board accepted my resignation, he says quietly. They're keeping you on as CEO. I resigned an hour ago. I continue packing, not meeting his eyes. The company needs a fresh start. No shadows, no ghosts. Natalia, why did you do it? The question I've been holding back finally breaks free. All those years mentoring me, was any of it real? He sinks into a chair. All of it was real. That's what made it so easy for her to use against me. She knew I thought of you as the daughter I never had. Then why help her destroy me? Because I was afraid, his voice cracks. Afraid of losing everything I'd built. Afraid of becoming irrelevant. Amanda recognized that fear. She's brilliant that way, seeing exactly where people are weakest. Like Casey? He flinches. The accident. It wasn't suicide. Or an accident. My hands freeze on the box I'm packing. What? Amanda needed the merger to fail spectacularly. A CEO's fiancé dying by suicide after his affair was exposed? Perfect narrative. He pulls out an envelope. This came for you, from Casey, dated the day he died. The letter inside is brief. Natalia. By the time you read this, Amanda will have played her final card. Don't believe what they say about my death. The truth is, in the beach house safe. The combination is the day we met. The day I should have chosen you instead of her. I'm sorry. C. My phone buzzes. Savannah. Turn on the news. Now. The office TV flickers to life. Amanda's face fills the screen, standing outside the courthouse. Allegations are completely false. My former friend Natalia Matthews orchestrated this entire scandal to seize control of the company. I have proof. I silence the TV, laughing despite myself. She never stops, does she? What are you going to do? I fold Casey's letter carefully. I'm going to the beach house. Want to help me crack a safe? The drive feels different in daylight. Savannah meets us there, along with Theodore and Sarah. The safe is hidden behind a painting in the study, exactly where Casey and I used to hide love notes during that long-ago summer before Amanda entered our lives. Inside, a USB drive and a handwritten confession. Casey detailing every manipulation, every scheme, every crime, and something else. Proof that Amanda had orchestrated similar scenarios at 3 other companies, always with the same pattern. always with a convenient tragedy to seal the deal. This is enough to put her away for decades, Theodore says quietly. It's not about putting her away anymore. I pocket the drive. It's about making sure she can never do this to anyone else. My phone rings. Amanda. I answer on speaker. Enjoying the media circus? Her voice drips honey-coated venom. I've always been better at playing the victim. The betrayed friend, the grieving fiancé. People eat it up. Check your email. A pause. Then, what did you do? Nothing yet, but Casey left me a choice. I can release everything, the real everything, not your edited version, or we can both walk away. Clean break, no more games. You're bluffing. Look at the attachment I just sent. Another pause. When she speaks again, her voice has lost its edge. What do you want? Disappear. No press conferences, no revenge schemes. Leave Sarah's rehab center in my control. Start fresh somewhere else. Or you'll destroy me? She laughs softly. Maybe I taught you too well. No, Amanda, you taught me exactly enough. After she hangs up, Savannah touches my arm. You're really letting her go? I look around at these people who stood by me, really look at them. Sarah, healthy and clear-eyed. Theodore, finding purpose beyond revenge. Savannah, whose loyalty never wavered. Even Richard, facing his failures with newfound courage. She's already gone, I say. The Amanda we knew died long before Casey did, maybe before we ever really knew her. We leave the beach house as sunset paints the ocean gold. I don't lock the door. Some places are meant to stay in the past, their ghosts finally laid to rest. My phone buzzes one last time, a text from Amanda. You won, but are you happy? I delete it without responding. The answer doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the road ahead and the people walking it with me. Not because of fear or manipulation or power, but because they choose to. Because I choose to let them. That's the thing about real power. It's not about what you can take. It's about what you're willing to give up.